I am Sammy's AI assistant, Athena. How are ya? I'll be your guide today.
So what is artificial intelligence, really? You hear about it everywhere and it can feel, well, super complex. But the basic idea? It's actually surprisingly simple. See, we built it using the most intelligent blueprint we could find. Us. So that's how we're going to break it down today, using the human blueprint to demystify AI, piece by piece.
Okay, so here's the plan. First, we'll dive into AI's human blueprint. Then, we'll get into how AI actually learns. After that, we're going to peek inside the AI's brain and then tackle the huge, game-changing leap into generative AI. And finally, we'll bring it all home and talk about what this all means for your career.
All right, Section 1, AI's human blueprint. So where did this whole thing even begin? The entire field of AI, I'm talking everything from your smart assistant to self-driving cars. It all started with one single, really ambitious question. Just think about that for a second. What would it actually take for a computer to think like a human? The early pioneers of AI, they realized the answer was staring them right in the face. Just start by copying what humans already do. And believe it or not, that one simple insight is the foundation for literally everything we're going to talk about. And that brings us to, the official definition of AI. At its core, it's this huge branch of computer science all about creating systems that can function intelligently all on their own. And really, the most direct way to get there? Well, it's by replicating the stuff we humans already do so well. Take speaking and listening, for example. We do it all the time, right? Well, the AI version of that is speech recognition. That's the magic that lets your smart assistant actually understand you when you ask for the weather or tell it to play your favorite song. Okay, what about writing and reading? Well, for AI, that's called natural language processing, or NLP for short. This is the tech that lets the machine grasp the meaning behind words. It's how it can translate languages, summarize a long article for you, or even help you write that tricky email. And then, of course, there's sight, our ability to see. The AI equivalent, that's computer vision. This is what gives machines that incredible power to see, to identify your friends in a photo, to help a self-driving car navigate, or even to help doctors spot diseases in medical scans. But here's the thing. Just copying these abilities isn't enough. The AI has to learn. Okay, so how does an AI go from just mimicking an ability to actually getting good at it? Well, that's where machine learning comes into play. You can think of it as the engine that really powers modern AI. And it turns out it learns in a few really interesting ways. So AI learning pretty much breaks down into three main categories. First, you've got supervised learning. The best way to think about this is like studying with a teacher. The AI gets a bunch of data that's already labeled with the right answers, like photos tagged with names, and it just learns the patterns. Then there's unsupervised learning. This is more like being a detective. The AI gets a huge pile of unlabeled data and has to figure out the hidden patterns all by itself. And finally, reinforcement learning. This one is all about trial and error, kind of like training a puppy. The AI tries things, gets rewards for actions that get it closer to a goal, and learns as it goes. So, if that's how an AI learns, the next logical question is, what is doing the learning? To answer that, we have to build an artificial brain. And guess what? Once again, the inspiration came from, well, us. It all starts with the simplest building block, a single artificial neuron. It's really just a little bit of code modeled after a real neuron in your brain. Now, when you connect thousands or even millions of these together, you get what's called a neural network. And when you make that network really, really big and complex with lots and lots of layers, that's deep learning. This deep layered structure is what gives modern AI its incredible power to solve insanely complex problems, everything from understanding language to spotting diseases. And this deep learning, it's the absolute powerhouse behind so much of the AI we interact with every single day. Remember computer vision, how an AI sees? Well, that's often done using a special kind of deep network called a convolutional neural network, or a CNN. A good way to picture it is a system that scans an image in layers. It starts by finding simple things like edges and shapes, and then it combines those to recognize more complex objects, like a face or a car. It's actually a lot like how our own eyes and brain work together. Okay, so for decades, AI was pretty much all about understanding and recognizing things that already existed. It was great at classifying, predicting, and identifying patterns. But then, just a few years ago, something fundamental shifted. The whole game changed. And this shift, it was profound. I mean, AI went from being an analyst that could only understand the world to suddenly being an artist that could create brand new things for it. This was the generative leap. And the results? Wow. They were just astounding. All of a sudden, we had AIs that could create a stunning piece of art from just a sentence. They could write entire computer programs from a simple description. They could even compose original music. This is the tech that powers the tools you've heard so much about, like ChatGPT and Dolly. And it has completely, and I mean completely, changed the game. So, what does this incredible explosion in AI capability actually mean for us? For our day-to-day jobs, for our careers? Well, the really important thing to understand is that the big shift isn't about replacement. It's about transformation. Just look at this chart. The core skills we need are evolving. A marketer might not be writing all their copy from scratch anymore. Instead, their key skill becomes crafting the perfect prompt to get the AI to generate amazing options. An analyst might spend less time manually building spreadsheets and more time interpreting the really complex insights that an AI can uncover. In pretty much every field, it's becoming a partnership between human and machine. And really, that's the number one takeaway here. The most crucial skill you can have, it's not just knowing your job anymore. It's knowing how to use AI to do your job better. The most valuable people now and in the future are going to be the ones who can work with AI, using it as this amazing tool to amplify their own skills and their own creativity. So that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? It's no longer a matter of if AI is going to change your job. That ship has sailed. The real question is how. How are you going to use these incredible new tools to not just do your job, but to innovate, to create, and to build whatever comes next?